Guys, so today for this video I'm going to be reacting to my 2015 agenda. So I've done my 2011, 2012, 2013 and 2014 agenda. I will link those down below if you are interested in watching any of those. But basically I've kept all my agendas since 2011. I love having them as kind of like memories, and I like reacting to them because I haven't gone through them in so long. And so now today we're going to be going through my 2015 agenda, which I feel like will be a lot more fun than my 2013 and 2014 agenda. The end of 2013 and the first half of 2014 I was in an abusive relationship, which was not fun at all, and so I feel like because of that 2015 will be better. However, I also was dealing with depression in the year of 2015. 2015 was a very difficult year in my life. Who knows, this may be better, but it may also not be better because it's gonna maybe bring up some really sad memories, but we will see. So I just wanted to show you guys my brand new 2021 agenda that I just recently got. I ordered this off of Chapters, same brand as all my other agendas, just a different cover. This was their cherry blossom cover. I absolutely love it. It's so pink and I'm so obsessed with it. I've already added in certain things like my little list of all my color coordinations. I've already added in like some birthdays, stat holidays, things like that, because I was really bored one day, so I already got started on my 2021 agenda. Now that we've shown you that, let's get into my 2015 agenda. So the first thing I'm noticing is on some days I've written the letter G and the letter F. I know G means that I put gas in my car. I still actually do that. I still put a G on the days that I fill up my car, but I have absolutely no idea what F means. On September 12th of 2014, I have a little fortune cookie note. Happy life is just in front of you, which is funny. 2015 was actually a really hard year for me. Obviously, happy life was coming up because after 2015, probably like the start of 2016, I was very happy. Like, I just made some changes in my life and I became much more happy. Like, it's funny, it says like is just in front of you, because it's like, no, it wasn't just in front of me. I went through a lot of 2015 being very depressed about a lot of things. It wasn't just in front of me, however, it was coming up shortly. It just took me a little bit of working through some things in my life and probably just having to figure things out to actually get there. Another F, what the heck does that mean? Is that blood or is that marker? Family meeting, 4 o'clock. There's a movie stub right here that's been completely worn off. You cannot see what it is at all. There's another movie stub that's completely worn away. What the heck movie was that? I see Big there, so I think it was Big Hero 6. Another one. Good lord, I have so many movie stubs in here that have just completely worn away. We are on to January 5th. This is when I started college, and so there's going to be a lot of like actual things that people usually use agendas for, like homework and stuff. Yeah, lots of like homework and stuff in here now. I don't know where this is from, but it's a permission slip and it says, today I give myself permission to, and then I wrote, start feeling better about myself. So that just shows the state I was kind of still in at that point, where I was just like, not feeling the greatest. Look at all my homework. Look at all the highlights and stuff. It's amazing. Well done, Jody. So this was my first little appointment stub to see a counselor at the college that I was attending because they had free counseling services. There was a point in time where I stopped going to her, and that's when things got really bad, and I kind of wish I would have continued to go see her because I feel like she would have definitely helped me a lot. But I think these permission slips must have been from her because I have a few on quite a few pages in here. Here's another one. Today I give myself permission to take a small break from studying and work on my plans for my room. Do something for myself. I don't know what my plans for my room were. I wish I could remember why she gave these to me, but they're so cute. And here's another one. Today I gave myself permission to feel better. Don't feel bad when you did nothing wrong. Oh, I remember that. I remember why I wrote that. Okay, so this one is completely different than the one that was a few days ago, but this one says, today I gave myself permission to put personal things to the side to focus on studying. So I think I did that because I was still kind of upset about things and worried about all these things, and so it's like, you know what, I need to not think about these things anymore. With a whole bunch of things that did happen this year, I wish I would have continued to see this counselor because she clearly got into my head in a good way. She really helped me with a lot of these things. So this is fantastic. This is my ticket when I saw Beauty and the Beast on Broadway. They came to Calgary and I bought 2 tickets and no one could come with me, so I went with my sister. And then right underneath it, I have another permission slip and it says, "Today I give myself permission to know it's okay to ask for help. I am not Superman." I love that. Where this one definitely has a lot more like writing and stuff in it than my last 2 did. A lot of it is just like homework. Jamie's field trip. Jamie went on a field trip? What? So how there were so many movie stubs in here that the like name of the movie was completely worn off. This one I just wrote Cinderella. I have another permission slip. I haven't had one of these for a while. Today I give myself permission to, who cares what everyone else thinks or says, you're doing great, you're allowed to be happy and proud. Oh. There's another fortune cookie. Fortune, it says, a positive life-changing event will take place very soon. I have all of my midterm exams written in there. Or no, final exams. This was my final exams for my first semester. I wonder if she just like gave me a whole bunch of these and then I just like wrote them in as I felt them or something. So I have another permission slip here and I almost wonder if she like just like gave me a whole bunch and told me to like write them in as I felt them. So this one says, today I give myself permission to celebrate. Exams are over and I passed. Be happy and excited that you're halfway there. And then all of this week, for whatever reason, I did red lines. For whatever reason, I honestly have no idea. Absolutely no idea why I did that. Oh yeah, and this was when I got ridiculously sick. I remember that. Oh, I think this is when I officially started my YouTube channel. Avengers, I think this is Age of Ultron. Avengers Age of Ultron, is that the one that came out in 2015? I don't know. I've like done tallies along the edges of every single day and I have absolutely no idea what they mean. Oh, here's my ticket when my brother and I saw Imagine Dragons. I have an entire vlog about that. And I have my ticket here for Jurassic World. That was fun. We actually went to see that for my dad's birthday. On the other page right beside it, I drew a really bad little dog and it says puppies because that was when my sister and I went to meet this little guy when he was only like a few weeks old and we decided we were gonna get him and bring him home. Not that day. He was only like, I think he was only like 2 weeks old at the time, so we had to wait till he was 8 weeks old to bring him home. But yeah, that was when we met him. We were so much smaller and so much less of a hooligan. Oh, hello. That's when we met this guy, so we'll be bringing him home shortly in my agenda here. And here on July 12th, I wrote puppy because that was the day we officially brought Weasley home and it was so exciting and he was so tiny and so cute and now he's just a hooligan. Ah yes, I remember this. On July 25th, my family went to Alaska without me. They went on an Alaskan cruise and I had to stay home because I was still in school, so I had quite a long time all by myself. Actually just a week and a bit, but I just remember being so bored. I was just mostly at school the entire time or working, but I remember there was one night when they were gone that I was just so insanely bored. Like I just like lost my mind because I was so bored the entire time just sitting there all by myself. The movie Trainwreck. That movie is self-explanatory. Jurassic World again. I saw Jurassic World 3 times in theaters. I did not realize that I saw it that many times in theaters. Who else did I see it with? I know I saw it with my dad and my sister and my brother, and then I know I also saw it with a friend who I'm not friends with anymore. But who else did I see it with? Why did I see it a third time? I do not remember seeing Jurassic World for a third time. So this is the first week where I wasn't in school anymore and you can just see how different the days are. Not exciting at all in comparison. Well, not that it wasn't exciting, but just like no like notes or anything showing homework or anything and just so boring looking. This was fun. On September 7th, we went to Las Vegas for my mom's 50th birthday, which was so much fun. And we went to P.F. Chang's on the Tuesday, so the 8th. And I taped in here 2 fortune cookies. I don't know which one was mine. One was probably mine and one was probably someone else's that left it on the table and I just picked up to tape into my agenda. But the first one says, you will find your solution where you least expect it. and much needed relaxation is in your future. Now, we were only there for 2 full days. We went there on the Monday and flew home on the Thursday, but that was such a fun trip. My sister and I went with my mom for her birthday, and then her 3 sisters also came along, which was a surprise to her. She thought it was going to be us and my dad, but then my dad actually stayed home and her 3 sisters came along with us, and it was so much fun. I know I haven't really mentioned it much, but like there are definitely things in here that I just didn't really want to bring up that definitely were part of me being like depressed and everything for the time period that I was depressed. And I just didn't want to bring them up or mention them much. I know something's coming up here. We're getting really close to kind of my breaking point and the point where I decided I'm not going to be depressed anymore. It's not really something easy to talk about. Like, mental health is definitely not something easy to talk about, and I know for a lot of people who do deal with depression, it's definitely not what I'm saying it was for me, where I was just kind of able to not necessarily turn it off, but I just told myself I didn't want to be depressed anymore. And I know people can't do that. Like, I know that's something that's really difficult, and you can't just decide you don't want to be depressed anymore and you don't want to be unhappy anymore. For a very long time of 2015, I was just so wrapped up in a lot of people that were making me unhappy and just a lot of things in general that were hurting me. There just came a point where I did something that I will get to in this agenda that I will talk about, where I decided, you know what, I'm just not going to be upset anymore, and I'm not going to let these things upset me and hurt me anymore. I am going to be happy. I am going to make myself happy, and I am going to not let people ruin my happiness. And it worked, because I'm very happy now, and I think it has definitely made some very positive changes and impact in my life, being happy and like genuinely happy. And I'm glad that I figured out a way for myself to be happy before getting into like a serious relationship. Like, it was in 2015 that I decided I don't want to be depressed anymore. I want to be happy, and I made myself be happy by making changes in my life. And I feel like if I hadn't done that before I had met Sam in 2016, our relationship wouldn't be as strong as it is, because I would be relying a lot of my happiness on him, and I needed to learn to be happy for myself and make myself happy rather than have someone else in my life make me happy, because if I lose that person, that takes away all the happiness. And I needed to learn that for myself. I needed to go through a lot of things to learn that, but through learning that and through the depression that I did go through, it has made me such a better person. That was kind of like not nearly as like fun or silly as like all my other reacting to videos, but I just wanted to add that in there because I know we're coming up in it here. The thing that really sparked me to just say fuck it to certain people and certain things in my life. Why was I friends with this person, or why did I let this person do these things to me and hurt me in the ways that they hurt me? I'm actually feeling like really giddy, like knowing that it's coming up, and like after seeing certain things that, again, I said I didn't want to talk about or show, those things make me like sad to think about. I'm done with depression. I am done with this in my head. I am going to do what I need to do to make me happy. It's making me like giddy right now. And here it is. On October 16th, I got my tattoo. That is my tattoo on my ribs here. It is a Celtic symbol for happiness, and it says along the symbol, it says, "Now I'm gonna be invincible," which is a song. It's the song Invincible by Headley, and that song literally got me through everything. There was a point in my life where I just couldn't do things anymore. Like, there was a serious moment in my life, especially in 2015, where I was 100% ready to pack up everything and move across the country to be with the people that I thought were my only friends. I had friends, but they were all on the opposite side of the country. They were the only friends who I was like talking to, that I was like messaging with on a daily basis. The people that were here and in the city I live in were doing absolutely nothing. Like, they weren't helping me, they weren't making me feel like a friend. Like, I was so ready to just pack up and move. Honestly, the only thing that kept me here was my sister and my brother and like maybe this little dude right here. I was so ready to get out of here, and there was nothing really holding me here except my sister and my brother. There was one night I couldn't stop crying because of a lot of things, and so I put in my headphones to listen to music to help myself fall asleep, and that song came on and I listened to it on repeat for the next month straight. I listened to absolutely nothing else. Every word of it really spoke to me and got to me and just made me feel a lot better about a lot of things. It was through listening to that song on repeat for an entire month that I really made the decision in my life to just cut people out of my life that weren't adding any sort of positivity in my life anymore. I decided to tattoo that on my body. It was just kind of like, you know what? All this shit has happened. You got through it. You're gonna be better and you're gonna be invincible. This video took a huge drastic change from all of my other videos. On October 20th, I specifically remember I went shopping for my Halloween party that I was going to be having that year. I went shopping with a good friend of mine that I worked with at the time, and I remember it was on that shopping trip I got a text from someone who was one of the key factors in my entire spell of depression of 2015. And he texted me and he said, hey, I'm sorry I didn't text you on your birthday. I was busy and I wasn't able to pay my phone bill, so my phone was cut off. This was October 20th and my birthday is October 6th. So it had been 14 days, like 2 weeks. And this is now when he's just deciding to text me to say, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I honestly didn't care at all that he didn't text me on my birthday. At that point, I had kind of been like, whatever, I don't care anymore. And I literally just texted him back and said, it's fine. And then he texted me again saying, oh, also, I saw a picture of your tattoo on Instagram. That's so cool. I love it. What does it mean? Honestly, I just said, thanks. I didn't really go into depth with him what it meant because it was none of his business and I didn't want him to know. He was the key factor in me being the way I was for so long of 2015, and he was a large thing that I wanted to completely cut out of my life in getting this tattoo and removing negative, depressing things from my life. So I didn't explain to him anything about it. I just said thank you. And that is the very last thing I have ever said to that person. I haven't spoken to that person since that day, October 20th, 2015. Almost 5 years. I haven't spoken to this person, and my life is significantly better without him in it. So on this day, November 20th, I had an interview for my very first real unit clerk job. So when I was in college, I studied to become a unit clerk, and on this day I had my very first interview to become a unit clerk, and that opened so many doors for me. I worked as a unit clerk there for about 1.5 years, I think. In the time I was there, I worked at another unit for a few months, and then that all became my current job, which if you guys have been following me, you know that I absolutely love my job. Things are looking so much up. And the very last thing in my 2015 agenda is a movie stub for The Good Dinosaur, which was such a sad movie. Happy sad. It's happy, but it freaking made me cry so hard. That is everything in my 2015 agenda. This video was incredibly different in comparison to my other reacting to agendas. I thought I was upset and not giddy and happy in my last reacting to video, but this one was just completely different. I can't believe how deep I got because of that. But yeah, that's why I like doing these videos. In my very first one, I was just laughing my head off at some of these things that I had written in my agenda, and now I look at this agenda, which was a very, very hard year in my life, and I look back and I think why did I stop going to see that counselor? She was clearly helping me and making me feel a lot better about things. Why did I stop seeing her? And to go through the entire portion of the year where I wasn't seeing her, summer where my mental health and depression just took an entire turn for the worse, and I was so depressed and I was crying myself to sleep constantly, and I was really worried I wasn't going to pass school because I just wasn't focused, because I was so focused on other things. Like, I would literally just sit there in class and burst into tears because I was so upset about certain things. I remember one day at work I got a text from the person that I mentioned when I talked about my tattoo. I got a text from him saying something, and I just started crying at work. Like, I couldn't contain myself, and I literally had to like ask if I could go to the bathroom because I just started sobbing at work and I couldn't help it, and it was so bad. Things have gotten a lot better. I haven't cried at work because of like my mental health since 2015. Like, yes, certain things have happened that have made me like upset at work, but nothing to like this extent. Like, nothing where a simple text from a person makes me burst into tears. That was a hard year, and I'm glad to look back at it. Even though this wasn't a very fun video, I'm very glad to have gone through this agenda and just like realize like the state that I was in back in 2015, and just realize how far I've come in 5 years, and I'm feeling so much better about myself, and I just feel so much happier and just so great. I'm sorry if you didn't enjoy that video because it took a completely different turn than all my other reacting to agendas. I feel really good about it. Like, I feel really great reliving it a little bit through my own account, kind of. Thank you guys so much for liking this video. If you like my reacting to videos, please give this one a thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see more, or any story times based on things you heard throughout this agenda. I post new videos every single Friday, plus bonus videos every once in a while. And if you like my channel, I would really love it if you would subscribe and stick around for more. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye everybody.